Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here, and a big thank you first I wanted to extend to everybody who has been following me for this past year, and I wish you and your loved one the best for the upcoming year. And we are going to start the year with a bit of a heavy subject, I'm afraid: the psychology of mass manipulation. So I've been asking myself this question for a while. How does a population of reasonably educated people get to a situation where the global and official narrative rests on a unique consensus that cannot be contradicted without triggering consequences and stigma on a whole part of the population? How do we get to this divide? Since the beginning of this crisis, it is quite surprising that dissident opinions are being censored. The last very striking example was the suspension of Dr. Robert Malone's Twitter account. So Professor Malone is the inventor of the mRNA vaccines, and he got cancelled by Twitter without any explanation or warning. Malone is an expert in his field who has been silenced by a non-expert. No explanation. And whether we agree or not with him, I think we can all at least agree on the fact that, given his track record, Robert Malone's opinion is worth being listened to. Mainstream media keeps repeating the same version over and over again, which doesn't seem to bring new solution. How did we get there? I mean, this question has really haunted me for a while, and I'm just wanted to try to answer this question. To push his agenda, a tyrant needs a tyrant state. So what he's going to do is to recruit a whole bunch of little tyrant civil servants, each of whom will have a mundane task to perform, and each of whom will perform his tasks with competence and no remorse. But no one ever really realizes that he is an essential component of the final counts. In the case of the genocide, some will arrest the victims, but they will only have committed simple arrests. Others will drive these victims to camps. They will have done their job as locomotive drivers. The administrator, by opening the doors of the camp, will only have done his duty as a prison manager. Of course, you will keep the cruelest and most cynical individuals to use in a final violence. But every link in the chain has been sold a comfortable and safe obedience. This is fragmentation. And it exists not only at the level of the states, but in the level of organization or corporates. The more fragmented is any organization, and the most diluted is the responsibility of its components. And we're just arriving in a dehumanized society where disoriented individual can only identify with what is being served by the mainstream media or the mainstream social media. So, what do you think about the situation? And by the way, I will put the last podcast between Robert Malone and Joe Rogan in the description below. It's very interesting. Absolutely mind-blowing, actually. 3 hours podcast, but I didn't get bored 1 second of it. Thank you very much for being here, and please leave me a comment and put a thumbs up, and if you liked what you heard, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind. Bye.